Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Capricorn energy, and we're going to read it from a couple different perspectives because people have free will. If you aren't as high vibe Capricorn energy, you'd probably like to be in a relationship with other people who aren't as high vibe Capricorn energy, but not everyone does. People can present themselves whatever way they want to in the world, and it takes for us listening to our intuition to find out that they might harness a more worldly or more shadowy focused Capricorn energy. Are they more motivated? Have they freed themselves from their more fearful, insecure, egoic, emotionally defensive nature? Or haven't they? You know? And if that's what they're driven and motivated by, then, you might not want to be in a relationship with people who are like that. So we're going to see how different people are using this energy based on how they harness their Capricorn energy. Okay, we have the garden and the gate and the financial constraints. And the reason that came out is because of rest and rejuvenation. These cards talk about that when we do the inner work, like emotionally, because the feminine figures in tarot can talk about our emotional state. This is like our inner world. When we have learned to be abundant within our inner world, within ourself, loving, compassionate, kind, encouraging, supportive to ourself, like being our own best mother, father, coach voice in our head, that's when we can step out of our comfort zone of the gate in the garden to go out and bring those things out into the world, because we love and believe in ourselves, and we've done the work within ourselves to nurture ourselves, to believe that we can take those same traits and characteristics then like out into the world. And that's when we've freed ourselves from being imprisoned by our fear or insecurity or our more egoic or worldly nature. And we're able to take the lessons that we've learned in life to move forward in life. Why? Because of rest and rejuvenation. We've connected in with ourselves emotionally, and to love ourselves and believe in ourselves and like transform our inner world so that we take action in the world differently than we could have taken action in our life before. It's just like being 18 versus 21. The way we might have acted when we were 21 is hopefully going to be different than we act at age 21. And if there were some things about when we were 18, I'm just using that age group as an example, we offer ourselves love and compassion and forgiveness to grow and mature ourselves so we're ready for that next phase of life. And sometimes some people moved on ahead of us in life because they had done some more of that inner work within themselves to be more bold and brave and confident to move forward in a new way when we weren't. And that's where we offer ourselves love and compassion, that everybody's on their own time frame. We wish people peace and love, and we wish people behind us peace and love, but I'm ready to move forward differently. And I've grown and matured myself from my life experiences. I'm at peace about that, reconciled myself with the past and past pain and heartbreak and self-limiting beliefs to move forward in a new way. And that is when the door to value opens. When we learn to treat ourselves with love and compassion and forgiveness, offer love and compassion to other people in the world at where they're at on their journey, and knowing that our worth and value comes from us internally. That's where our true abundance lies. You can have all the things in the world and still have not be a loving, nurturing person internally and not taking that out into the world. But high vibe people have learned to love and believe in themselves, and they're offering love and respect and kindness and compassion to other people. And that's what brings true abundance into our life. And the reason that came out, and this card also kind of reminds me of like getting the justice you deserve. I think the red, because I think the justice card in the tarot deck must have a lot of red, and then it is kind of shaped kind of like a T, which the scales of justice are kind of shaped like a T. And it's also the narrow path. There's lots of paths we can take in life, but if we don't move forward in a more balanced way where we've offset our more egoic, selfish, greedy, prideful, fearful, insecure ways of being with love and compassion and forgiveness. It opens a door when we do that, a pathway for us to move forward. We have the free will that we have all these ranges of options to do in shadow. We have all these ways of being where we can be indulging other people in their poor behavior. But if we want a more balanced path, it's the narrow path and the narrow gateway. That is where true abundance comes from, being balanced within ourselves. And the reason the door to value came out is because of the seventh chakra, which talks about emotionally, because again, the feminine figures can talk about people who are connected in with their emotions and their intuition instead of their more egoic nature. That we're connecting in with our emotions and our intuition to guide us versus, wait a minute, I think I have a better idea, and taking action out of pride and ego or fear or insecurity or immaturity or lust or greed. And the reason why this is opening for you is because you've been listening to your intuition to guide you and taking action in your life in that energy versus out of pride and ego or fear or insecurity or codependency. And with the walking away, you're ready to step out of your comfort zone because of the third chakra, which is about listening to your intuition. You know, the base chakra is trying to get like our base needs met of stability and security, which I'd say that was kind of the financial constraints card there. I have to get my own foundation stable and again love and believe in myself and nurture myself and offer myself compassion and forgiveness for the lessons I've had to learn, offer love and compassion and forgiveness to people in my life who still haven't learned lessons or that they had learned their lessons to the best of their ability, because we can definitely be in relationships with people who we wish things could have went differently than they did, you know. But it's life is difficult. So if we want to free ourselves from the past, we accept that everyone had their own spiritual battle to win within themselves. Some people never came out in the world. They kept their more authentic, emotionally vulnerable nature hidden within. That's their free will choice. And that could have made us feel left out in the cold. Well, when we learn to love ourselves, to free ourselves, we accept that people were where they were at, but it doesn't have to keep us imprisoned with them in fear and insecurity of having hope and faith and belief in other people. We see the truth of people. The truth sets us free. I see that this person was kind of bossy and controlling. I see that this person was kind of manipulative. I see that this person was fearful and afraid. I see that this person was emotionally defensive. I see this person was immature and impulsive. We wish that they could have moved forward with us because we probably put work and effort into trying to heal a relationship with them. But if they never freed themselves to listen to their intuition and have hope and faith and belief and love, then we're not going to stay imprisoned in negative energy with them. I wish you peace. I'm moving forward. I have healed from my past pain and heartbreak that other people weren't able to give me the things that I wish they could have given me. I have chosen to give myself those things. Again, to give myself love and compassion and forgiveness, to give myself everything I wish they would have given me, so my foundation is healed instead of feeling left out in the cold or in lack or in heartbreak. And then I did the work at the second chakra level to kind of learn how to function in my world and provide some comforts in my life and learn how to enjoy my life, so that in the third chakra I am able to even expand further beyond that. I have done that work within my own two core levels of meeting my own basic needs and feeling stable and secure within myself, and kind of like nurturing the environment within myself so that now I can take the abundance that I have grown within myself to go out in the world, and I'm ready to listen to my intuition to guide me, which is kind of listening to your gut. And as you're doing that, some of you already left relationships like this and are moving forward. There could be other people in your life that you were intuitive, kind of were still living their life in a way, in lack mentality in a way, not venturing out. You could have made a gesture in the door to value, kind of like, do you want to come with me? I'm moving forward. To see if they would be willing to free themselves to move forward with you. And regardless of if people come with you or not, you are ready to go. There will be some other people that will listen to their intuition, to love and believe in themselves, to get balance within themselves, to take this opportunity to listen to their gut, who will move forward with you. And there will be people who won't, but regardless, you're moving forward. What about people who harness some more shadowy Capricorn energy? They might be these people who don't let their more emotionally authentic nature come out into the world because they could get hurt. So they could be people who their own kind of worldly, egoic nature keeps them trapped inside emotionally. Kind of like not letting their inner child, who would like to do love and be more bold and brave and confident in the world, their emotionally defensive nature to being hurt keeps that aspect of themselves hidden away. And so then it's their more egoic nature that runs their life. And they might just, it's just that they've got more healing to do. But, some people never do that work. You have to be open to listening to your intuition. And some people, because they listened to their intuition in the past and could have gotten in relationships and it didn't turn out the way they wanted, it's like they forever shut that down. It's like, nope, not listening to my intuition anymore. Like, I'm going to live more from my mind than my heart. I'm going to make my life more about the world. I'm going to make my life more about indulging. I think that's the door to value. Getting hurt and the possibility of getting hurt, that's no. And I'm making my life more about indulging myself in relationships, or indulging myself in the world. I'm sure that'll make me happy, or making my life about money and materialism. And that's how they're going to keep moving forward in life, because they haven't freed themselves yet. And then there's other people that could be more shadowy, who use their intuition in a shadowy way. They have these gifts. They could be just and fair and open and honest and loving. And, part of our shadowy nature is just being lazy. Well, I don't want to have to listen to my intuition. And I know I have these abilities, just that I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I know how to work together with people. But they're just lazy, and it's kind of like they want to be indulged in a relationship. I want to be the center of attention. I want some of those shadowy people are purposely looking at people who they think might not love and believe in themselves. But they might have a lot of abundance within them, or materialistically. And they try to use their intuition in a shadowy way for their own benefit. So I'm going to try to stop you from loving and believing in yourself and listening to your intuition. I'm going to try to get in a relationship with you because it's good for me. It works for me. It's good for my ego, my image, my status. I think you're a loving, supportive, nurturing person. That'd be really abundant to have someone like that in my life. I'm going to use my intuition about the fact that I think you haven't learned to love and believe in yourself for me to get in a relationship with you because you're very nurturing and loving. That's good for my ego, my image. It makes me look like, if I get in a relationship with someone like that I'm that kind of person. The only bad thing is about getting in a relationship with people who are shadowy like that. It could be they're more ego based, worldly based, materialistically based. It's to steal and take from you. I want to figure out what it is about you that makes you loving and abundant and seem that way in the world. Some of you, you got to be careful of narcissists in the world. Some of you have already dealt with these people. It's like, I don't live my life that way. I don't have this hidden treasure locked away within myself because I haven't nurtured that aspect within myself. I've been all about ego and image and money and materialism secretly. I want to figure out what it is that makes you seem so loving and abundant in the world. And then I'm going to indulge in a relationship with you. And then I'm going to try to take what I've learned from you. And I'm going to leave being in a relationship with you to go take what I've learned from you and add that as a puzzle piece to my social false mask I wear in the world. And I'm going to now try to present myself as being like that because they're kind of like a social climber. You know, I am a shadowy person. I have the ability to be a better person, but I choose not to be. I could be bright and charming and creative and intelligent and all that, but I just choose, we have free will. I choose to use my traits and characteristics for my own selfish, greedy reasons. I really don't. I mean, they do keep their authentically vulnerable nature locked up, but they want to learn how to present themselves as a more loving, nurturing person. So trying to get in a relationship with someone who's like that, because maybe the reason why they are the way they are is they really didn't grow up with people who were maybe emotionally nurturing. And then, too, I know people who they grow up in those families, but they're lazy. I don't want to put in the work and effort to grow and mature myself and develop myself. And they could be very bright and intelligent, you know? I would rather try to just manipulate people to get what I want. And then if they're a narcissist to boot, it's like, I want to find out why you are the way you are and how you act and present yourself. And then again, I'm just going to add that to like a puzzle piece of my false mask in the world to try to go find people who have more status, more image, more money, more materialism, more social clout to try to steal from them. I'm a social climber. There's some people in the world who are in shadowy energy. They keep their emotional nature locked up. They do operate more driven by their ego and their image and their money and materialism. And some of those people try to manipulate other people into not listening to their intuition and loving and believing in themselves to keep indulging them in a relationship for their own selfish, greedy, prideful reasons. We have our dualistic nature. Everybody does, and we live in a dualistic world. Why would any of us be attracted to people who are in shadowy energy? Because we have our own shadow nature. We can, it's all this healing process, and we get in relationships with people who might have similar wounding as we have. But then when we are in the relationship, are we both willing to be willing to grow and mature ourselves and listen to our more loving, intuitive nature and be open and authentic with the people we're in a relationship with? And if so, we can both heal and we're both able to move to the next phase of life. Some of you could be getting in a relationship with someone like that right now because you've both been in relationships and learned what it means to be in a relationship with people who might be shadowy, who might try to manipulate and control you, who might try to appeal to your fears or your insecurities or your want for stability and security in your life. And you're both listening to your intuition about getting out of relationships like that and moving forward together because you're both ready to like be your more authentic selves in the world because of this healing journey that you went on and learning the lessons you're meant to learn, to that realizing it starts within me. I could have had it within me all that time, but I didn't really believe in it. I could have been a really loving person, but I didn't know how to accept love from other people who treated me the way I treated them. So I could have rejected people like that. And my pattern could have been where I'm used to indulging people who are more focused on the world or more defensive or whatever. And that's kind of used to giving a lot of love to other people who are like that because I'm not used to people treating me the way I treat them. And then realizing I feel left out in the cold in those relationships, you know? And that when I haven't learned to love myself and I kind of have this lack mentality, other people can take advantage of me because I haven't learned to love and believe in myself. And as I do this work, you know, the people in my life who I think align with their more worldly nature or egoic nature, that's what drives and motivates them, or people who I think kind of try to prey on other people and manipulate people to get what they want. You know, I've learned my lessons from all that, so I'm not as gullible and naive as I was before. You know, you're ready to move forward, and there could be other people in your life or in your world who are going through that same life experience. Some of them, you will be the people in your life who move forward with you. Other people, it could be people that have been hoping they've already done this and they're hoping other people do this because they're waiting for people to move forward with them in life. And if other people keep staying, indulging relationships with people who are manipulating them, or it's kind of a mismatched relationship and you feel left out in the cold, but you keep staying in it, well, the people who've already left relationships like that are waiting for people to come up the path, you know, of life who've also gotten out of relationships like that. You know, but eventually we can have people that we wish would do that. But if our intuition is telling us, you know, that we've opened the door, we've maybe made a gesture, you know, eventually it's just like with the divine opens up opportunities, kind of like love stands at the door and knocks. Are you going to open up the door? And people in our life are loving and encouraging and supportive and they're being truthful and honest. Are you willing to move forward with those people or not? Eventually, the opportunity closes and other people have moved on. So, are we going to take advantage of those opportunities that come forward in our life? Or are we going to keep staying back here in fear and insecurity? Are we going to stay in our lack mentality? Are we not going to quit ignoring our intuition because we're fear stepping outside our comfort zone? So we keep living life the way we have been in our fear, in our insecurity, getting in relationships maybe out of fear and insecurity or codependency because we're fearful of being hurt, or you know, other relationships didn't work out, so we don't trust other relationships. But just because other relationships doesn't work out doesn't mean everybody's like that. It starts within ourselves, believing that we deserve to believe in ourselves. And when we do that work within ourselves, that's when opportunities open up. Are we going to turn our back on those opportunities because it might require us to step outside of our comfort zone? And when we step out of our comfort zone, fears and insecurities are going to bubble up. We have layers and layers like an onion of our worldly nature. If we keep staying in our comfort zone, well, none of those things bubble up because we've limited the environment. If we're going to move forward, some of those issues are going to bubble up. Do we love and believe in ourselves that, you know what, if I take, when those things bubble up, will I listen to my intuition and offer myself love and compassion to not get up in my fear and my insecurity and my emotionally defensive or egoic nature, to keep having hope and faith and belief and love? Some people have freed themselves from one foundation. There could have been other people that were hoping they would do that. And now they're trying to listen to their intuition if those people are really ready to truly kind of like put in the work and effort it takes. That, when we go through this door, going back isn't an option. It has to be a commitment, and some of you are offering that to other people. There is no going back. This is fully in. Makes me think of that song, "We're no longer in the shallows now." It has to be where there's a commitment to, I commit that if fears and insecurities bubble up, I will have hope and faith and belief in myself and in love. And I know it means that I have to do the work within myself to deal with those fears and insecurities. That isn't someone else's job. I have to work through those things on my own, and I have to align with hope and faith and belief and love and being open to love and having hope and faith in my dreams and offering love to the situation. Because then, come what may, I know I can be proud of myself, and I know I gave everything to it. And if the other person decides that their fear and insecurity became too much, I know I can keep moving forward in life. And that's why some people never step out of their comfort zone. For one, they'd have to make that commitment. Some of them are much more aligned with their egoic, emotionally defensive nature, and they know they're not willing to step out of their comfort zone. They don't want to face those fears and insecurities. They don't have that strong emotional foundation to believe that they can weather any storm in life. So other people is kind of like have given up on their dreams and listening to their intuition. And it's like, I'm going to make my life about being in relationships for money and materialism and status and image. Who can I go find who might not love and believe in themselves, that I can get them to stay in a relationship with me for those reasons, and try to get them not to love and believe in themselves, to want for more. Because I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. Tell us about the people who are listening to their intuition right now. The King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. If any of you have made an offer to someone, if they're in high vibe energy, their intuition is telling them that you have told them the truth, that you have broken free of something, and that you are ready to move forward to the next stage of life. Tell us about, what is this walking away card? And I would say, for those of you that are dealing with other high vibe people and you're high vibe, that's why they think you're telling the truth, because you are. These cards kind of split in the middle. So we have the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, the Devil, because of the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. And the Seventh Chakra is kind of like the High Priestess card. There could be, just like you have people in your life, whether that's children or family or siblings or friends, just like you know people in your life that haven't freed themselves from some things that you wish they would free themselves from, there could be people in your life that kind of look at you that have wanted you to free yourself from some of the things that you needed to free yourself from. And I think for the high vibe people, they might be people who, if they're able to be in a relationship with you, are willing to move forward with you in a relationship because they think you have learned your lessons about people who are shadowy in your life that were trying to manipulate and control you because you were juggled by someone who was using their intuition in a shadowy way about you. They didn't have your best intentions at heart. And there's other people that want to be in a relationship with you that had your best intentions at heart. But because you hadn't learned maybe to love and believe in yourself, you could have gotten yourself in a shadowy relationship. And they now think that you truly have picked up your investment in that you're now balanced within yourself, that you have learned to love yourself, and that you are ready to face your fears and insecurities that could bubble up moving forward in a relationship with someone who loves you. And if they are free to be in a relationship with you, I think they will communicate with you that they want to have a new beginning with you to get clear about if this is true or not. And if they think you're in shadowy energy, and if they think you're still, I don't know, in shadowy energy of any way, kind of juggling or prideful or egotistical or manipulative, they're going to walk away from you. And if they see that you are being truthful and honest, they will be in a relationship with you if they are free. There could be some people who might know that when you didn't love and believe in yourself, you could have gotten yourself in a situation and they could have moved forward in a different relationship. And if those people are in a loving relationship, they're just happy that you have freed yourself from this and they like wish you the best. You know? If they are someone who had to move forward without you because you had lessons to learn, if they, unbeknownst to them, kind of got themselves in a shadowy relationship, they're seeing the truth of that and they might realize that they shouldn't move forward in that relationship and they need to pick up their investment and they should be in a relationship with you. And if you're making an offer to someone, if you're not in a relationship, if anyone comes towards you, you are going to listen to your intuition about if they're being truthful and honest, if they've grown and matured themselves, if they're still juggling, if they're hiding that they're codependent, fearful, insecure, materialistic. The people who are being truthful and honest will be the people you move forward with. The people who are codependent, materialistic, juggling people, got left out in the cold from the person they wanted to be in a relationship with, or they were in a relationship with people who are loving and nurturing that wanted them to grow up and mature, and now they didn't want to, so now they think they can just indulge in a relationship with you. You'll be like, no, no, no. And just as the way you feel that way towards people, other people, you know, who want to get in a relationship with you want to make sure you're not that type of person. You know, people who are high vibe don't want other people getting in a relationship with them just because the other relationship they wanted to be in for whatever reason didn't work out. People don't want people coming in to get in a relationship with them because they're trying to make someone else jealous, that they're juggling someone else. I'm just using you as a pawn in my game. People, high vibe people, want to be in a relationship with people who have seen the truth. That making my life about indulging in the world leads to not an abundant, loving life. That it has to be based on love. That we have to let our more emotionally vulnerable, authentic nature out into the world. To have authentic, deep, meaningful relationships with people. And the people who didn't do the work within themselves to love and believe in themselves aren't going to be moving forward at this time with other people. You know, so it's this whole idea of like parallel universes that people live within. How people view the world is like, it's like they live in parallel worlds because of how they view the world. The people who love themselves live their life differently than the people who haven't learned to love themselves. The people who keep their emotional nature hidden, locked up in a corner because you can get hurt. I can't let like my inner child out in the world to play. You get hurt. My ego's going to run my life. I'm going to go try find other people who maybe keep their inner child locked up. Well, the type of relationships they get in are much different than people who have freed themselves and have grown and matured themselves emotionally to be open and authentic in relationships, you know? And I think the people who aren't free in the world, their shadowy nature or their fear or their insecurity or their immature indulgent nature or their materialistic nature imprisons them, I think they'll just keep repeating these ways of being in a relationship where they try to stop the people they're in relationship with from facing their own fears and insecurities and healing from their past pain and heartbreak because they don't want to do any of that. Let's just indulge in the world. Let's make our life all about that we're just and fair, not to be emotionally vulnerable and authentic in relationships. It's all about indulging in the world or money and materialism and status and image. And some of the people in the world who've dealt with people like that are intuitive about it. And even though they have love for them, they know they're immature, they know they're kind of prideful or egotistical, selfish, self centered, whatever. And they've picked up their investment in those people and they're listening to their intuition to guide them to get in relationships with people who aren't like that because they've learned the lesson they were meant to learn from those types of people to see the truth, and the truth has set them free. That they're ready to not repeat that pattern and to go get new relationships. Tell us about any new relationships for the people in high vibe Capricorn that aren't in a relationship. They're going to invest in other people, have hope and faith and belief in their dreams, who adhere to a higher truth and justice. That it is about working together with people cooperatively in truth and justice and fairness and balance. Not, I think it's just and fair for people to want to invest in me because of money and materialism, or I'm going to go invest in other people. That makes logical, practical sense because they have money or materialism, and those are the things that drive and motivate me, or they're willing to indulge me in my egoic nature. You know, it's to be in relationships with people who see the truth. So I think you're going to have new beginnings in the relationships of your dreams and workplaces of your dreams because you're not investing time, energy, and effort into people who have shown you that's not what they free willingly choose to align with. And you're putting in work and effort to invest in people who that is their truth. And other people are going to want to invest in you because they see that's how you live your life and that's the type of life they want to live. The shadowy people will try to get in there, and you just need to listen to your intuition that we're not on the same page. If you're not open and authentic and loving and free from your emotionally defensive, egoic, immature, indulgent, self centered, materialistic view of life, then, I wish you peace, but I've already invested in people who are like that, and it didn't turn out. I ended up feeling left out in the cold because they never open up the door to true abundance. And those are the people I'm looking for. So there you go, Capricorn. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.